All right, you guys, I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but this clipper here is something like 70 years old. It's an old Andis improved Masters, and even the lever on this is like completely different. It's really flat, it's very up against the case, and I'm gonna do a bald fade with this thing. Hopefully it still works. I haven't used this at all, so I'm really not sure how old it is. Maybe one of you guys could tell me. I'll run some of this.
So casually keep diving into concrete, so bittersweet, huh? Keep losing sleep while driving in the backseat. What's left of me?
Like I said, I don't really recognize when or where I need to go to find out, but something that's kind of interesting is the fact that they did this years ago is kind of cool. Like, look, you see the bottom of this just pops right out, you know, and then it just goes back in and you can continue using it. So if you have a malfunction with your cord, back in the day, they made it really easy to just say, okay, boom, throw this one away and grab a new one. So yeah, let's get into the cut. I let her know if there's going to be fault. Seems like they're working pretty good so far. Anticipate any problem with these? Even though they're nearly 100 years old.
They're from the 20s or something?
Something like that.
Something like that. Where'd you pick them up at?
They're probably close. They're actually cutting really good. I'm not getting any drag or anything on them.
Yeah, I feel fine.
So yeah, I'm over here with it open, just cutting through, and this thing's cutting like butter. And I'll begin by just putting in my open taper line, sort of lifting up. And as you can see, I'm kind of lifting away from the head and beginning that extra step. And little by little, I began closing it and staying a little bit lower. You know, being that this clipper is so old, it had me kind of thinking about how successful some companies have been at like kind of reselling you the same thing over and over again. They've been selling this clipper for this long and it still performs this well. I mean, and even this, how old it is, look at the lever on the side. It's like super flat and it just really hugs the case pretty well. It doesn't interfere at all with any function that I could tell, and I think that these cut just as good as a newer Masters cuts. So this is the improved version of it, and you know, as you guys can see, it's performing really well. It actually had me kind of thinking too about how like Wall was kind of able to sell you the same clipper over and over again for like 100 years. Like if you think about all the different walls that there are, there's the Legends, the Icons, the Seniors, the 3-hole Seniors, the 2-hole Seniors, the super tapers, and then when they go cordless, they're clearly going to continue the same trend. They're just going to keep remaking you the same thing and selling it to you over and over again. Where like if we really look around the industry, very few clipper companies are even bothering to make improvements anymore. They're just hammering out and sending you, you know, the same things over and over again. So hopefully going into 2020 here, we start seeing some new innovation. You know, I hope that we start seeing some things that are going to definitely make our lives a little bit easier and maybe change the game a little bit. But as you can see, I got the half guard on there. I've just repeated the same steps. I started with it open and then began with it closed, and I'm going to jump to the 1, and I'm going to kind of finish this blend off on this side with the 1. And we'll go back and we'll just hit any little detail where we got to hit. I mean, really, the only thing you could say bad about this clipper is it might be considered a little bit too heavy for people who ain't getting in the gym like that. But if you're not getting in the gym and you want to get a little extra workout, I mean, what's the difference if it's a little heavier? Who cares? As long as it's performing well, I really don't care. I mean, I would switch back instantly to a corded clipper if it made my life any easier. I enjoy the cordless clippers, but yeah, if it made my life any easier, I would definitely switch back. It would make no difference. So anyways, with the clipper over comb, it's performing really smooth, and it's knocking that hair out, and you know, we're not struggling at all. The other thing that's kind of interesting to mention too is these clippers, they never got hot. I don't know if that was something that started happening to the ones that were produced in the 90s or whatever. I really don't know. But from what I could tell, these ones didn't get hot at all. Of course, like I'm not really taking a whole lot of time. It used to be that we used to recommend the Masters in the barber school because of the notches and stuff. It just felt easier to kind of help people with that. But the downside for that was a lot of them were getting really hot, and these guys are students and they're taking a lot longer to do a haircut. So, you know, we wound up actually moving away from that, and we wound up going with wall. But the Andis is a fantastic one to learn on, and if anybody's out there, I'll put the link in the description.
These things are fire.
They're good? The old one?
They're nice, dude. This is probably the first improved Master ever created.
So yeah, I mean, I was like really impressed with how that performed. I'm gonna whip through the rest of this haircut. I'm just gonna speed it up 2 times the speed and let it run. But you know, that's basically it. I mean, you can do great work with any clipper. A lot of people like to say it's not really the Indian, or it's not the arrow, it's the Indian, so to speak. So if I was to go out and buy a new set of golf clubs right now, I wouldn't be Tiger Woods. And if you were a very early in your barber career, you go out and spend a bunch of money on a lot of equipment, it's not necessarily going to make that big of a difference. You can cut great hair with Walmart. A lot of YouTubers have went to Walmart and gone and got those clippers. But yes, having good equipment can definitely make things easier. I definitely do enjoy cutting without the cord. I enjoy the fact that I don't have to be tethered to a wall, or I don't have to worry about swinging around the cord. But really, the cord has never bothered me all that much, and without any problems at all. If I felt like it was making my life easier, if it was making me cut a little bit faster, I would definitely switch back to the corded in a heartbeat, if it performed better or it did something that helped me with that. So I just thought it was kind of interesting. One of my older barbers happened to have this, and I just wanted to do a quick little video on it, just kind of show you guys that it doesn't really matter, and how successful have these companies been, continuing to sell the same thing over and over again. And I'm really hoping for some of these companies to go ahead and push through and create something new and fun this year. I hope we start to see some better battery life out of some of these clippers. There's really no excuse. I mean, if Caliber was able to make like 4-hour run times on theirs, I mean, I'm wondering kind of where's Wall gonna step up and kind of do that. Will we see a cordless fast feed soon? Of course, I would love to see that. I hope they don't change the motor too much. You know, I'm open to see these new things, like maybe chips that can help regulate the battery power and speed it up when it needs to be sped, and slow it down when it doesn't need to be super, you know, fast, and just maintain battery life and blade life. So, you know, really, other than that, man, I'm just going to finish up this cut. I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys liked the video. Give it a little thumbs up if you did, if you learned something, if you liked it, and I'll be right back at you with another good tutorial. This is Mr. Eddie Barber. This is the YouTube Barber Academy. I appreciate you guys stopping in and checking me out, and I'll be back with another one soon. Peace.